So this subject can get kind of heady and mental and philosophical, and the mind can kind of go on trying to just like it's kind of trying to figure something out, and there really isn't anything to figure out in this subject. It's actually an extremely simple pointing, and the words are actually covering up that which is it's pointing to, which makes it very tricky to talk about. And that's why I think some of the best speakers in the subject speak from that freedom and don't have an agenda with what it is that they're expressing. And it's so silly too, because it's this this strong seeking energy also gets drawn out in the subject for a lot of people, not all people, but many people hear that there is this thing called freedom and that they don't feel free, so therefore now they're looking for freedom. So seeking happens, and this content is listened to as a functioning of that seeking, which is okay and beautiful and perfect if that's happening. And in other cases, it may just purely be listened to for the mere sake of just the relaxation aspect of the topic. It's just so relaxing to listen to non-duality, because ultimately what it's saying is everything is perfect just as it is, and there's nothing you need to do to be the perfection that you already are, and that's so beautiful. So in some bodies, there could be a lot going on. There could be dis-ease. There could be poverty. There could be communications problems with loved ones. There could be extreme illness in the family. There could be racial injustice. There could be the list honestly just goes on and on. There could be an extremely difficult physical experience for certain bodies. Some bodies may be very busy. They may have children. They may have 50-hour work weeks. They may have an active social life. They may have very busy minds. Some bodies may be very depressed, and they may be very discouraged. They may be spending the majority of the time sleeping or watching Netflix or surfing the web online. Other bodies may have the luxury and the time to spend hours in nature, hiking, walking, bathing in lakes and rivers, going on road trips with loved ones. And so in the story of things, those are the appearances that are being experienced throughout the body. So where is the love in that? What is the love in that? What does that even mean? Why are we even having this dialogue? Why is non-duality even being expressed? What is the purpose of this expression here? So silence is the answer. I want to just sing that so deeply and so powerfully, because silence is what's being expressed here. Like absolute, complete, and total stillness is being expressed here. No movement, no shifts, no coming and going, no impermanence. Absoluteness is being sang through these words. No beginning, no end. No inside, no outside. Because when the activity stops, whether it's the physical activity or the mind activity, when that energetic movement stops, and of course it'll stop and there will be extreme discomfort, and so people may get stuck in that discomfort in the stopping. But deeply within that discomfort, deeply within that depression, deeply within that anxiety, deeply within that struggle, deeply within that suffering, deeply within that discontent and fear, there's such an absorption of silence and of stillness that's what's being pointed to, and that is always there. It's what's speaking these words. It's what's absorbing these words and listening to them. It's what's moving the forms and allowing them to come and go. It's what's creating the forms, and it also is those forms. And when the energy relaxes into that stillness that it is, it will shift the way that it experiences itself. So the focus can be on that shift and on wanting that positivity, on wanting that love, on wanting that expression of freedom. And that focus can go there, but that is not what's being talked about. And the truth is, nobody knows how it's going to express, because it's expressing something completely inexplicable and unknown. But if there is deep suffering or deep discontent or deep unhappiness or very active thinking, if you can bear that enough and be with that enough, and I mean be with it like a lover, don't just be with it with distaste and with resistance, like your relationship to that suffering will unleash for you that silence that is creating it. And once that silence is touched, even just a little bit, even with just a little teeny glimmer, even with just the smallest little bit of light, once it's touched, that is enough to burn your entire world up in this furnace, in this love. It's enough. And nothing can take you all the way. It takes you all the way. And so that's why it's often said there's nothing you can do, because you're not the doer. Because what you are takes you all the way home. Or alchemizes or transforms, because it's always been home. So it's an awkward, odd thing to say that it will take you home, because you've never left home. Who's listening to these birds right now? Who's feeling the sunlight on her skin? Who has the worst camera setup ever? I have to hold it, and I'm moving things around, and it's probably making you dizzy. But when everything stops, when that energy relaxes, even just for a moment, that's enough for the light to burn everything up, for the truth to fully and completely absorb everything. And that is what's always being returned to. That's what always is being looked for. Isn't that just so beautiful? That's what's actually being looked for. In the 50-hour work week, in the having the children, in the going out to dinner, in the wanting the quarantine to be over so you can go surf the waves of the Pacific Ocean, or go to your favorite bar. I mean, like, that is truly, deeply, on the most primal level ever, like, that is what's wanted. And it's not you wanting it, it's just what it is. Like, it is what it is. And so that's what I wanted to share today, or that's what was being shared. So have a great week and enjoy yourself wherever you are.